Hey guys. All right, so let's finish up our very last section of our prime and composite. And this time they're asking us to find common factors between two numbers, the number 70 and 84. And at the end, we're going to find our greatest common factor. What factor do they have in common that is the greatest of them all? Okay. All right. So when we're talking about finding all the factors for a number, not just prime factors, remember prime factors, we're doing a factor tree. But when we're asked to find all the factors for a number, we're going to use our factor rainbow. So let's start off by looking at all the factors for the number 70. All right. So factor rainbow, we have a 1, we have a 70. 1 times 70, 70. Now let's do 2. Will the number 2 go into 70? And think about your rules of divisibility. I know that any number that can be divided by a 2 is going to end with an even number. Is 0 even? Yes, it is. So 2 times 35. Will 3 go into 70? Will 3 go into 70? Well, I'm not sure. Let me add the two digits, 7 plus 0, because the rule for divisibility for the number 3, if a number is divisible by 3, we need to add the digits and then divide by 3. So 7 plus 0, is that divisible by 3? No, it's not. There's nothing times 3 that's going to give me 7. So I'm going to skip the 7. Will 4 go into 70? No, it will not. Will 5 go into 70? What's the rule for 5? Well, if I look at the last digit, it ends with the 0. I know that any number that ends with the 0 or 5 is divisible by 5. So 5 times 14 is going to give you 70. Will 6 go into 70? Well, if it's divisible by 2 and 3, then yes, 6. But it only has a 2, so 6 will not work. What about 7? You better know this answer. 7 will go into 70. 7 times what? You got it. 7 times 10. So the only two numbers I have left are 8 and 9. Will 8 go into 70? Will 9 go into 70? Neither one of those will. So these are all of our factors for the number 70. Now, the number 84 is a little bit harder, so let's see what we can do. I know I have 1 and 84. Will 2 go into 84? Does it end with an even number? Yes, it will. Or yes, it does. I'm sorry. 2 times 42. If you don't know the other half of your factors, you better come over to the side and work it out. Do a quick division problem, okay? All right, will 3 go into 84? Well, what's my rule for divisibility? I have to add the two digits. So 8 plus 4 equals 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So I know 3 is one of the factors. 3 times what? Well, I'm not sure, so I'm going to come over here. 3 into 84. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. I get a 24. 3 goes into my new number 6 times. No, 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. I subtract. I get a 0. No remainder. So that is an 8. 3 times 28. Will 4 go into 24? I'm sorry, 84. Will 4 go into 84? Well, let's check. We need to come over and do a quick division problem. 4 into 84. 4 goes into 8 2 times. Get an 8. Subtract. I get a 0. Bring down my 4. 4 goes into 4 1 time. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract. I get a 0. So yes, 4 will go into 84 21 times. Will 5 go into 84? Think of your rules of divisibility. It ends with a 4, not a 5 or a 0, so 5 will not work. Will 6 go into 84? If 2 and 3 will go into 84, so will 6. So 6 times what? Let's check. 6 times what? So 6 into 84. 6 goes into 8 once. We're going to subtract 6. We get a 24. 6 going, can't talk. 6 goes into 24 4 times. That's going to give me a 24. Subtract 0. 6 times 14. Will 7 go into 24? And I'm going to give you this one. 7 and 12. Okay. So the common factors for 70 and 84 are 1, 2. Do they have a 3 in common? A 4 in common? A 5 in common? A 6 in common? They have a 7 in common. 12 or 14? They do have a 14 in common. 21, 28, 42, 35, 84, 70? Nope. So the common factors are 1, 2, 7, and 14. The greatest common factor will be the largest of them all. It will be the number 14. All right, hopefully you feel a little bit more comfortable. Remember and just realize just how heavily I depended on those rules of divisibility. You really need to have them memorized, and you need to use them, not just memorize them. You need to apply what you remember and apply it to the new problems that are given to you. All right, so the key word here for your prime and composites will be, let's see. Let's make it density, okay? Density. You have to tell me what density means. All right, so as soon as you have your keyword, come and let me know, and I will give you your practice. And remember, you can watch the video as many times to help you as you go. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.